Good morning, 5:50 in the morning here in western Iowa, frigid cold. We'll show you that here in a second. And it's already happening. It's snowing down in the south. Houston getting snow right now, we'll show you that. And of course our southern snowstorm is on track, and historic snowstorm at that. And if you'd like to see live coverage, you can tune in with Tornado Pagey, and I have a link to her live broadcast in the description below. So if you want to chat with some cool people and watch it snow in the south, that's the place to be. All right, let's check out our weather spotlight here in Harlan, Iowa at 2:35 this morning. It was 15 below zero with a wind chill of 31 below zero and an extreme cold warning. We're starting to warm up. At 5:15 this morning, it's minus 13. And we will get into the teens today. We already have a southwest breeze now. So we will warm up a little bit, and even a chance of some light snow on Wednesday, which is tomorrow. Meanwhile, our weather spotlight continues. We are in Houston, Texas at Houston Hobby Lobby Airport. Light snow, fog and mist, 28 degrees. Winter storm warnings in effect. And if you look at all the way at the bottom, Tuesday, snow showers, mainly before 10 a.m. New snow accumulations, 3 to 5 inches possible. So it's happening. So snow and ice across the south. Here's our forecast for ice, and there is some ice this morning, some sleet and some freezing rain down in South Texas. And later we should see at least some ice in Louisiana, Florida, into South Georgia. But the snow is the big story, not just in the south, but also the eastern Great Lakes, even Michigan too. So the lake effect snow was dramatic yesterday in the Buffalo area. They got tons of snow, 4-inch-an-hour rates at times, and we're going to add even more in the next 2 days. This is 2 feet of snow for upstate New York, and a foot or two off of Lake Erie. Further south in New York State. But the southeast snow is really the focus because it's so rare to get 4, 5, 6 inches of snow from Houston through, it's snowing this morning in Lafayette, Louisiana, all the way to New Orleans. On this map, near 5 inches of snow for New Orleans, almost unheard of. And then we get over to Florida, and we see Tallahassee with an inch, 1.1. If this comes exactly true, going all the way into central Georgia and into South Carolina. So our hazards this morning, which again does not include the extreme wind or the extreme cold advisories or whatever they're calling it now. It used to be wind chill advisories. So those aren't even on this map. But we do have winter storm warnings all the way from South Texas all the way into now even up into North Carolina. And that's a blizzard warning. That is a blizzard warning from east of Houston into southern Louisiana. Mind blown. Insanity. Winter weather advisories on the northern fringe of this southern snowstorm. And then we have freeze warnings down in the south too, and also down in Arizona. And we also have the lake effect snow, especially off of Michigan today, winter weather advisories. And that will continue today and tomorrow for the eastern Great Lakes. A little bit of snow up there in Montana. And we still have red flag warnings for Southern California. Even some freeze warnings there too. So just craziness. It's cold across the whole country. Here are your current temperatures at 5 a.m. Central. Teens below zero, Iowa, Minnesota, South Dakota, North Dakota. Single digits below zero, Nebraska, Kansas, into Wisconsin. Single digits, Michigan, Indiana, Ohio, Pennsylvania has some negative and positive single digits into all of New England, and just cold. 20s all the way down to the Gulf Coast where our snowstorm has begun. Surface for today. Oh, look, heavy snow. From Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia. Some ice thrown in for you, and then lighter snow amounts up into South Carolina, North Carolina, but heavy snow along the coast in North Carolina, along the Cape, heavy snow for the eastern Great Lakes, and lighter snow across the northern plains, and our critical fire weather in Southern California. Tomorrow, the southern snowstorm pretty much done. A little bit of lingering rain in Florida. Light snow expected across the Midwest, northern plains Midwest. And we're expecting a trace to an inch here in western Iowa, so that's possible. And we see, things going on there, up there in the Great Lakes. So get us into Thursday here. A little reinforcing shot of cool air here in Iowa, for example. So instead of, it's going to keep our temperatures, for us, averages freezing for this time of year. And we're going to stay around freezing or just below for the next 7 days. Light snow, northern plains, also into the eastern Great Lakes. Let's check it out on the European this morning. It is snowing in South Texas, along the Gulf Coast near Corpus Christi, in Houston, as we showed you, and starting to snow in Louisiana, even southern Mississippi. As we go through the day, our snowstorm increases and continues eastward right along the coast. I mean, the I-10 is the northern edge of the storm. Craziness. So snow in Louisiana today, snow in southern Mississippi, snow in the Florida Panhandle, into Georgia, into South Carolina, North Carolina, a little stripe of ice. It's ice first and then snow. So I don't know. It's going to be a couple things. I mean, obviously the snow and the ice. Southern drivers not used to it. They don't see it a lot. So there's going to be that. Then, the other part of it is if you get a decent amount of snow, you can get the family together and build a snowman and take a bunch of pictures and have some wonderful memories from a very rare southern snowstorm, because it's going to warm up. The snow's not going to stick around for, like here in the Midwest, we had 3 inches of snow that stayed on the ground for 2 weeks. In the South, it's going to be more like 2 days. But your snowman will last a little longer, and we are keeping the cold air around. This is getting us into Thursday as we go, because once the snowstorm exits, not a lot else going on, just cold air staying in the south. But we do see warmer air pushing into the plains and warming up in the south by this weekend. So again, your snow's not going to stick around forever. But it's going to be, kind of fun for kids of all ages. There's the end of the run for the Europeans. So the big story is the snow across the south. And then secondarily, lake effect snow. That's something they're used to, especially this year. But there will be more of it, and lots more of it. All right, temperatures next 6 to 10 days. This is the 26th through the 30th. Hanging on to the cold west, warming up south and north. 8 to 14 days, warming up middle of the country and southeast, a little bit below average or above average chances of below average for the southwest and the northeast. Precipitation-wise, across the south, so southwest through the south into the mid-Atlantic and even up through the eastern Great Lakes and the central plains too, above average. Precipitation possible, and drier north of that, including Iowa. And then the 8 to 14 day precipitation still wet across the southeast, mid-Atlantic, northeast, and of course that'll be snow where it's cold enough, and up in the northwest, dry west into the central plains. And that'll get us through February 3rd. So again, our big story is this. Light snow, fog and mist, 28 degrees in Houston with 3 to 5 inches of snow possible. And that's going to be the case throughout the south. Tornado Pagey's got you covered. Link in the description. We'll keep you posted. Well, we'll have an update, I should say, for you again tomorrow morning. Have a great day, and thank you for tuning in the Weather Mic.